a developing story we have been following for months now. A new report finding D.C. Councilmember Trayon White broke City Council and D.C. government rules. The council approved this investigation after the FBI arrested White on a federal bribery charge. Christian Flores joining me in the studio now. Christian, you've been following this story for a while now. This could be maybe leading to White being removed from his council seat. There's a lot at play here.
Well, that's certainly one of the possibilities. The 48-page report breaks down how the law firm the council hired conducted their investigation. Investigators found the evidence compelling enough to conclude White at least broke council rules.
They're very serious, right? The lives of our community are at stake.
Reaction from Ward 8 ANC Commissioner Salima Dofo, who ran against Councilmember Trayon White for his seat this past election, to the explosive details listed in the report. White has been under fire for federal bribery allegations. He's accused of taking $35,000 in cash, as well as a 3% kickback for helping to steer city contracts, which the report found credible.
If the council has found that through this investigation that the council rules have been broken, then the council has, unfortunately, an obligation to take action.
Investigators hired by the D.C. Council interviewed 22 people, including those in the city agencies White is accused of using his power to secure grants and contracts from. They found significant evidence White broke council rules, citing pictures of him stuffing money into his jacket.
We're also looking at, like I said, budget season coming up. If there is expulsion, then that means we won't have anyone who is dedicated solely for the Ward 8 community to advocate for us.
The report states council could censure White, which would require a 2/3 vote, or even expel him, requiring a 5/6 vote, but stopped short of saying how exactly members should move forward. 7 News on Your Side asked White's office if he still denies wrongdoing and if he is considering resigning, but nobody has responded. White also declined interviews with council's investigators.
So before we can really understand what the next steps are, we would need to hear his response to that. We've been meeting every other week since the election has taken place, and we're preparing for 2025. We don't know whether the council member will be here or not, but that doesn't stop us from, trying to make sure that we can do our part.
The council committee in charge of this investigation is set to meet Monday at 9:30 a.m. Then they will consider discipline for White, again, which could be expulsion from the D.C. Council. I also reached out to every council member to get their reaction. Most did not respond, but the few who did said they were not available. And those council members, Josh, have a lot to chew on with all the details in this report.
We all have a lot to chew on with that long report, Christian. We know you'll be following that every step of the way. Our team coverage continues now. John Rogers over at the Alert Desk. About a couple of weeks ago, 7 News spoke exclusively with Trayon White in this case. You want to refresh us as to what he said back then?
Yeah, he gave some insights to our D.C. reporter Felicia Ashley. She spoke one-on-one with Councilmember White about his federal bribery charge, his council seat, and his work representing Ward 8. He wouldn't go into the particulars of his case. Specifically, he didn't comment when 7 News asked why he decided not to take a plea, but he did give us some insight in how he's handling this. He addressed how he's been able to balance his work with these legal issues.
The reality is, since I was born, I've been under attack. As a young black man growing up in an urban city, I've always faced pressure, always faced scrutiny. So this is another level of it, but I just take it one day at a time. I pray a lot and ask for the prayers of the people and just go through my process one day at a time.
What's it been like working with your other council members?
I focus on the task at hand. My job is to be the Ward 8 representative on each and all issues coming through my desk. We read, we study, we focus on the issues to figure out how we can create an equitable city by putting more resources right here in the great Ward 8 each and every day.
And despite these allegations, White won re-election to the Ward 8 council seat last month in a landslide. Josh?
John will be following that meeting. Again, the D.C. Council Committee expected to meet on Monday to discuss the report and consider any sanctions there. 7 News will be there. And we've also put together a playlist of stories from our extensive coverage of Trayon White's federal investigation. You see that QR code right on the bottom left of your screen there to go to our 7 News YouTube channel and watch the playlist dedicated to our reporting on this entire case.